Hello there everyone, this is Mark 3 and welcome back to a little undersea paradise. Yes. Where everything is calm and serene, nothing else is happening, and all is good for the Clone Legion, which we are slowly forming down here. Yes. Welcome back to Surviving the Abyss. Yeah, I know, it's been a little bit since the last time. I was kind of hesitating a bit, and then I got distracted, and then yada yada, so I didn't pick this thing up as fast as I was going to, but I was not going to leave it either. This cloning business is way too profitable for us. We've got to feed the military complex on the shores above. Oh yes. And soon our clone armies will rise and we shall slay the Jedi. I mean, no, the Republic. Wait, no. The Sith? No, that wasn't our target. Oh, that's right. We're going to slay Palpatine. Yeah, that was our target. No, wait, that's our employer. Don't bite the hands that feed you. Yeah. Who are we against? Oh yeah, the Droid Federation, the Rebellion. Yes, the Republic must stand and all that jazz. Yes, nothing's going to go wrong at all. But our clone army is continuing apace, and honestly, part of the reason that was putting me off a little bit was the fact I have to resequence my genomes basically every time I load back into the saves at this point, so that slowed me down a tiny bit. But I came in and I found two of my labs are completely shut down again, because again the sequences got broken. One lab was still running, and in the end I've got the one running here producing engineers and pioneers. This one is now producing a mix of scientists and engineers and pioneers, because I don't quite have enough science personnel I'm happy with, but we're going to keep doing that. I also sent off a submarine to explore a thing, and they're hopefully going to do that pretty soon. For now though, as I click my way over there, over here please, there, come on, right, so somewhere over here I think in the inky blackness. We do have a brief comment from last time from Happy Afer. I've seen you high priority so many buildings. Are there even buildings left that are not high priority? And to that I say, I've not really high prioritized that much. Just the power plants, the food supply, the oil production, the marine stabilizers. You know, little things like that. The hospital's on high priority as well, I think. High priority because those things I care about more. And then there's some things that are normal priority still, which is actually mostly as I move so we're not in a black screen, because submarine's taking ages apparently. Yeah, sorry. I thought this would be there a lot sooner. Normal priority is actually the mines and things are running on that for the most part. I think the only exception really being some of the coal extractors. Oh, achievement pot. Establish an outpost in the anomalous biosphere. We'll pop over there in a second. And then low priority is actually to the research centres and this backup carbohydrate farm. So you can see there are some places not working as well. This place is also a low priority as well. There's a few things about. But really I'm grappling with the fact that this priority system only has 3 tiers to it. And the fact that power is such a constant because everything randomly shuts down when I lose power is why that's maxed out and everything related to it. I've got max priority on the food because, you know, clones have got to eat and all that jazz. And I've also got max priority on the marine stabilizers because, you know, we don't want to break any of these biomes, because if we break biomes, we'll break our genetics, we break our food sources, everything starts to collapse a tiny bit and stuff like that. There's a blast extractor which is currently unstaffed as well. So yeah, you can see there are a few bits and bobs around the place that aren't running properly. I think there was... yeah, it's you. What are you doing? You are not doing anything right now. Okay, you are not doing anything. I will destroy you. And I will create very quickly a new food supply because, well, the portion of our population which are a higher tier clone getting higher and higher, and so we really need to get high quality. I think it was the protein harvest. No, it's molecular lab. That was it. We need to get this stuff sorted out as best we can. that's honestly part of the reason why I dispatched that shipment over to the new biome without even waiting for... Oh, come on. Without even waiting for things to probably start the recording and stuff like that, because it's like, we're going to need that real estate somewhat urgently. So, get it out of the way faster. Another reason... well, that happened as well. Another reason I've not really been playing this one with much of a priority, even though I'm now in the end zone of it, is the fact that it seemed to have like a memory leak going on the last few times I was playing as well. It was like it was getting kind of laggy later on. Things kept hesitating, especially when an autosave hit, stuff like that. So everything is struggling a bit in terms of like performance as well. Partly due to my machine, but also maybe possibly due to game coding and the fact we got a mega base situation, so everything is universal on the power grid and stuff. You'd think that simplifies it, but it means it's checking like everything against the grid, I think, and that's probably causing a few issues too. But that's just my guess from a coding side of things. Where are we? We are over here. What the heck are those? Anomalous growths. Okay. Requires 2 pioneers. Pioneers we've actually got a bit of a surplus on. Some of them were in the research labs, actually, when I pulled them off to go after this guy. But here we are after the anomalous and oh so creatively named Sample Z. I mean, that's what we're expecting, isn't it? Probably. Yeah, remember the other part of Happy Abe's comment. Sample X, Sample Y, what creative naming convention? Well, at least it's easy to guess what next sample will be called, yes. Sample W, it'll be. Sample W. No. It's probably going to be Sample Z. I mean, Sample X, we know the reason for that, because X is used as a catch-all for any unknown factor, so that's why that one is often so used for an unknown thing in a given equation or formula. And then, of course, it's gone on to Y and Z, because, you know, why not? But it could have been Sample X2, Sample X3, but they've gone for any numbers in the sample naming. So that's something worth bearing in mind. Anyway, I just need to get a few bits over here. I need a dock over here. You are on the correct level, you're good. How do I rotate these things again? Yeah, okay, just simple R. Okay, apparently there's something around here blocking placement. Good, good. Things are already looking like they're taking a turn for the worse. I will get down a quick cheeky little sonar tower, and of course, not the message log, I want the local storage. We're just going to get this. So yeah, this will be a bit more of a rambly kind of thing, but this has always been a bit of a rambly kind of series in general. Not in itself a bad thing, honestly. But food stockpile, I want build stockpile. Yeah, the build is also slightly... This game has some odd little quirks to it. Some are easier to live with than others, let's be entirely honest. We'll see how things go. As I try to remember where everything is. You can tell I've not touched it for a bit. There we go, that's what I wanted. Just the lift, because we're going to need it because of this hill. How are we looking connection-wise? Actually, not too bad at all. We are very close by. We can just immediately hook into the power grid with a single pole. That's pretty unusual, actually. So to find the lights. There they are. Yeah. This'll hook straight in. Don't even need to wait. We get the power grid straight in there. One there, and then continue almost through that to there. Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Okay, right. I guess something I can ramble on a little bit about is like what's going on with the channel, things like that. So we started with the cloning stuff. I started trying to do some new series over the last 2-3 weeks-ish at this point, where I'm trying to do some AI-focused things, like We Are the AI. The Stardew one somehow actually got a thumbs down. It's a system I've never liked, but I do encourage it anyway, because it's like, hey, this was a bad thing, but I've never liked the fact that a thumbs down can be given without a reason for the thumb down, because it's just completely useless as far as feedback goes. So I always kind of feel a little bit down whenever I get a thumbs down, but by all means, please keep them coming. Are you the anomalous growth? No, I think you're rock. You should have UV installed by default, I believe. You do. Okay, yeah, so I'm waiting on that sonar town. But yeah, there is still one game waiting to start on that. I've got some more parts of Heart and Machine ready. That's been a constant struggle this year so far. I've been a bit sluggish any video release in general, though I have been, I think, overall faster, but individual series have slowed down a tiny bit. It's kind of a weird situation to be in, honestly. Okay, docking, local resources for local construction, power grid connection, very good. We can now begin to have a look around. Oh, look, got a thing. A team sets up base in the outskirts of this new domain. A disturbing sight unfolds. The terrain seems alive, writhing beneath the submarine. Growth from the anomaly have rooted deep into the ground, resisting all efforts to expand. To understand this hostile environment, our scientists request the examination of one of the growth clusters. Not really seeing that, unless, again, this is like... Oh, wait, oh, hang on. Here we go. So we've got a Tyranid situation, or actually Soma would fit for that as well. Soma had this, what was it, the UMD? No. Some kind of acronym in Soma. I didn't actually finish that, but yeah, the undersea biological maintenance system turned into this like massive sprawling growth kind of thing going on, trying to maintain things in that game. Might be a similar situation here, but the fact that our light seems to be extremely limited even with UV is a problem. Ah, okay, yeah, that's the edge of the growth right there. Alright. How do they want me to get a sample, though? That I'm not so sure on. Oh, no, that is actually normal sight range. Okay, never mind. I am just making things up as we go. I just need to survey the area. Excuse me. Right. Okay. I want to know about... Well, might as well do the whole gamut of stuff. I'll be back in a second once I've got all this sorted out, and I'll also dispatch submarines to one of those clusters. The fact we are sending our... I keep wanting to view purple stuff as psionics to these guys is potentially either a good or a bad thing. Who knows? But yeah, look, marine stabilizer, cooling. Cooling is a high priority as well because, again, stuff could break if that's not going on. And then a lot of these guys are actually in the extractor systems. Oxygen. Do I still have a standard oxygen generator? I shouldn't at this point. I thought I scrapped them all. But yeah, just pull a couple of guys out of the blast extractors. This is a very, very weird biome, I've just noticed. You know that new cable I led from the light post out there to this area? Somehow, it's an undersea cable that's beneath the sea bed. I guess that power cable is now permanent. So, I did say things about stability. Oh, there's apparently more growth out here. Lovely. By the way, the sonar tower came back with a big fat 0. There's nothing to find out here. I even did a biome scan, nothing's popped up, so... No habitats, no nothing, so whatever this mass is seems to have consumed any local wildlife habitats, as well as any loose material on the ocean floor. Nothing for the mining submarines to do, it seems like. But I also want to get, of course, the UV over there. Now, technically that tower is actually in the ocean bed stuff. Question is, will UV do something to it? I do not know. But this one online, in this dark and oppressive one, we can now actually do a connection. And this is, I think, by far the simplest connection we've actually had. in terms of linking multiple biomes together. Let's put a couple there. Of course, just doing my usual thing of like breaking it up in case we actually want to get other structures in the line. It does look so much better if there's actually like urban sprawl going on. Well, urban sprawl? Facility sprawl is probably the better term for it. The facility shall sprawl across the ocean bed because we are, in our megabase zeal, I suppose, forming our own version of the organism which we've just found all over the seabed. And another one that's failed to connect. Yeah, you see what I mean about the game being a little bit less stable in this scale of things. Again, can't tell if that's the program itself or if it's my system. I think it is just the game being a bit wonky. But as we know, it was sadly released in unfortunate circumstances. So yeah, you know, what can we do? What can we do? But there we go. Once those are up, oxygen connected. In a matter of minutes, because it only had that first light pole needing for connection. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the thing to come up. But anyway, yeah, AI stuff. Mixed reaction to the new AI-themed videos, to be honest. Here's the submarine. Half the machine's doing alright, so Happy for particular's not going to watch because I've seen it from other YouTubers. Stardew, as I said, got a dislike. The other one, not emerged yet on the channel, but it's a game called Tankhead. And because I like tanks, you know. You're an AI, a little robot, but you're also driving around a little tank. So I like well-rendered armoured vehicles. How a machine will handle with it, I do not know, but I got my curiosity around Christmas time, and so that's why that one's made the list. Anyway, we got a thing. That's not what I wanted. There it is. Okay.
Our team has recovered another sample for further investigation. The growth appears to be connected to the anomaly itself, forming a living network across the terrain.
Notice again the intermittent voice acting done in this game. It's not because it isn't. A bunch of stuff, especially earlier on stuff, has got voice acting, but there's a whole bunch of stuff added that don't have voice acting, which, if thinking meta-wise, I am guessing might be because whoever did the original voiceovers has been released from employment, like someone who wound up being let go or was unavailable for lines that are being added in. It's like something like that, though. Voice acting wise, you'd think you'd want to do something like that once you've got all the lines ready to go, but this is like text has been added and the guy couldn't do it. So yeah, I don't know what's happened there. Anyway, these are connected to the anomaly itself. Maybe even part of it. Maybe it's a symbiotic thing. Maybe the anomaly that wanders off above us comes here to roost. Some remote thing seems to be going on. But apart from that, though... Oh, there we go. I was about to say what else has happened. Another pop-up.
Oh God! Multiple detections across all sectors. Brace yourself.
Billy can try. But all sectors have UV defenses. Attack incoming. Okay. Anomalous samples available. Now, what will this sample be called? Yes, sample Z. Actually seems better than 25% potency, longevity plus 25. That said, though, 30% chance of genetic instability for decreased lifespan. 30 points in that. So it's best in longevity, best in potency for the pioneers, but it's like massive mutation risk on it. Makes sense though. This is like almost a direct sample of the creature above us, you know? Anomalies detected. Oh, hang on. That's slightly concerning. Billy has reached past Yeah, has bypassed our... Oh, geez, multiples. Billy has bypassed all of the UV systems. Worse, mass attack as well. Oh no. Hopefully this won't hit my people too hard. Oops. Billy, stop caressing my facilities, Billy. You're not welcome here, Billy. Stop it. Stop it. Ugh. I mean, hitting some air purifiers isn't great. You are being repaired. You are being repaired. Very good. Okay. It's a bit of a wave there, and of course the fact it ignored defences means that Billy may be uncomfortable with being affected by the UV lights, but it doesn't actually stop Billy when Billy feels affectionate for our bases and our clones. Nothing too vital is broken, but I know I took some casualties there. The attack is over. For now. Yay. Well, don't worry, we've got long-lived clones. We've got plenty of repair subs. Admittedly, we can't unassign clones to try and save them from buildings that get attacked. But the fact that our UV defense system is suddenly completely useless is a bit of a concern. Another scientist popping out. Oil is struggling because we did lose one of our drills for a moment there. Oh yeah, notice that. We're full on quartz, concrete and stone. Resources are slowly ticking up. We're doing okay. I'm pondering if we need to do other samples though, because we sampled one. Oh wait, no, there's a new anomalous. A natural area with strange growth emerging from some kind of organic matter. Okay. Let's assign some crew. Yeah, no, we've got some people with limited lifespans, as you can see, and then it's just like, all good. Oh wait, no, hang on. The fact we're getting people with... Have I messed up one of the new sequences? I wouldn't put it past me if I might have done. But I will go ahead and deploy... a couple of our generalists. This is the reason I'm trying to clone some generalists, just because there's a bunch of jobs that need generalists and nothing above that. Though the fact we've got so many pioneers that have got limited lifespans is suggesting I've got another mess going on in the cloning sequence somewhere. Let's see. You're the one that survived the save and load process. Yep, this is the one that was working when I loaded back into the game. So the new sequence, have I messed you up years-wise? I have not. Okay, so it's holdovers from a previous sequence then that are currently dying out. Oh.
We've completed analysis of the sample. God help us. Nothing could have prepared us for what we've uncovered. The anomaly has the capacity for exponential growth, and if we don't stop it now, we may lose any chance of containment, if it is not already too late. Our analysis shows a potential weakness. If we act quickly, we might be able to synthesize a virus, a way to halt the spread and maybe even reverse it. We're far from certain, but it's the only chance we've got before it swallows us whole.
Billy would never do that. Billy is just absolutely affectionate. That's something I've noticed, by the way, since coming back to this game. Not just this time, just like since I started doing this series. The fact that some voice samples are a bit louder than before, like this audio inconsistency there. Which I think the louder stuff is more recent recording. But anyway, synthesize the virus. I'm guessing that's what the abandoned lab's going to be tasked to do. Notice it's building up towards a skull icon, which is usually sample for death. Sample Z's doing fine. Oh, another one.
We need to locate the creature's origin, but these growths are blocking our path. Command has authorized an ammunitions factory to produce explosives for the task.
Ooh.
Caution is advised. There's no telling how the anomaly will respond.
Explosive. Okay, so we've got some new tech apparently. Tech. Explosives. What kind of? I'm guessing resources. There it is. Munitions factory. Produce torpedoes and various warheads. Yeah, if this is like an exponential growth situation, then yes, it is something that needs to be headed off as soon as reasonably possible. 16 hours to produce, 1 ammo, engineer and a pioneer. Low power and oxygen requirements. Minus 16 to air quality, that's okay. Don't see anything wrong in there. There's also a few bits that I was saying before might be tech nodes, the ones that are lit, that haven't emerged yet. We never actually unlocked the biomass generators, did we? I've never actually used them. We got 7,700 research at this point. That's why another reason the research labs are low priority. Our research is just so good. It's actually in a runaway state at the moment. Anyone who winds up assigned to it, it's just going crazy. So, yeah. I think I've got all techs available to me at the moment. Let's have a look. See? No. I do hope those green blips, I might as well unlock my own outposts as well, because why not? I do hope coal blips do turn out to be actual techs, but I'm not sure what they would be at this point, unless it's stuff to specifically help me survive dealing with Billy properly. But anyway, let's see. Munitions factory and resources. The only thing I need to be concerned about massively, because we got an absolute plethora of spare power supply thanks to the addition of the oil power plants in the last episode or so. We just need the ammunition production. We do have the spare personnel for it, and we are continuing to build out our sprawl out further. Just not quite sure where to put it. Actually, a good question would be, what's the air quality like at the moment? Oxygen is doing better. We're clear, I think, by about like nearly 30 oxygen at the moment, actually. We're massively overdoing it. Air quality is currently maxed out as well. Yeah. 28 oxygen spare right now. We don't need to do anything, I don't think. And at most we might want to just build a couple of air purifiers to cope with this. I'll put them here, where I've got the supporting structures to go with the system, so I'll just do that there. It does say torpedoes and warheads of any kind, so I'm guessing the whole... We're not sure how the... Oh, actually, ooh. Is this a slightly unfinished model? You can see the connection points in this wireframe, but then the connection points for the tunnels is... Well, we already know our clones are like sea creatures with various legs and claws duct taped to the side, so this proves it. The game is having me produce oxygen, but obviously the passages are all underwater, according to this. The more you know. Truly, we are a scientific miracle as a production facility. Yeah, look, the connection points are in the sides there. The building's graphic looks like it's been buried underwater for quite a while. Switch it to high priority, so it pulls from everywhere. That's why I'm doing the high priority stuff and everything. Again, the whole, just like I've only got 3 priority tiers to work with. But this looks like a facility that's been abandoned and you'd find under the ocean rather than something that I built. Because of how, yeah, it looks kind of grimy and worn compared to this stuff that looks newer. So that suggests another graphic was repurposed. Maybe this was an underwater facility that was meant to be found and then hooked into. But they've just outright gave it to us. Anyway, let's see. Yep, silent. Okay, with the munitions facility now operational, we can take direct action against the anomalous growths. We have the go-ahead to begin construction of a defensive turret equipped to eliminate obstructions. So something to blast our way through the growths is, I think, what that's implying. Also, that is taking oil, actually. I need oil to take care of that. Oil and lead. Lead I am producing. Man science urged the development of a light-emitting weapon. Believe it could be used to repel the anomaly as it approaches the facility. Oh, more technology, please? The question is, where is it? Exploration. Ah, here we go. Defensive towers and flashbangs. Oh, we're getting some grenades down here, apparently. Capable of launching a number of torpedoes with differing effects on the defensive tower. Unlock all technology in the tech tree. I have not. I have still got this one here. Unlock flashbangs at the defensive tower. Yes. So those green nodes are not apparently going to be something. But yeah, that was an achievement misfire right there. Okay. Also, yeah, pioneers. I'm glad I'm mass producing pioneers right now because it said I needed those. Let's see, exploration, defensive tower. Launch torpedoes with differing effects. 2 power, 2 oxygen, no other side effects. Okay, how's my air quality? Air quality is still holding up absolutely fine, so that's not a problem. And this thing is 1 pioneer, but it actually covers a really big range. Also, it's a diagonal connector, which is slightly unusual. Most stuff is like square-on connectors. But it looks like what I want is to get some of these like built here, there, and everywhere. And then we'll see what it looks like. Look, my objective: research flashbangs and repel an attack. Weapons test: construct a defensive tower and destroy a growth. Okay. Also, because again, lack of priority settings, a high priority to get that automatically filled. And then I think I need to use this to try and protect. So this thing should, in theory, save my base from anything, like from Billy getting overly affectionate again. Let's put one there. And yeah, I just need to make sure I've got all major structures covered. Okay, our first clear look at one of these torpedo silos. It looks like it's big, bulky. Again, it's got the kind of rough, slightly marred finish, same as the munitions factories, which implies that this is, again, something that might have been found on the seafloor or something, rather than something that's just been freshly made. So it's, again, slightly odd, that weathering effect that's on it. So functions: anomalous growth beacon, destruction beacon, and flashbangs. Flashbangs are 1 shot, or 1 munition, I think. Destruction beacon is a 4. The problem is my resource readout doesn't actually have a readout for warheads, I believe. I'm not seeing one at the moment. Then again, I'm not sure if I've actually finished production of any warheads yet, so maybe that's why. There's also still that lack of oil. I need to increase my oil because that's affecting power and also the warhead production rates. I'm in completely the wrong area. I need to be over this way. Come on. So yeah, this is kind of going on a little bit here. I mean, I've got that 1 oil well ticking along and doing its thing quite nicely. But we did include expansion slots over here for more. And I think we're going to have to start using one of those. So, where is it? Oh yeah, over here. Oil well. I thought the oil well was built on top of that. Unless it's one per zone, but that would be a bit unfortunate if it is. Hang on, I need to try and figure out what's going on. It might just be one per zone. Okay, that's something I didn't notice before when I was originally building these things. These oil beacons, yeah, they have a rating on how good the spot is, but they also have an indication of where, in general, you can aim to try and find a high yield spot. Like, oops, that is a high yield one over there, so I should be able to just build that now if this is a one per zone thing. Oh, I need to build the oil well first. And yeah, that just snaps in. Yeah, so it might just be a case of one per zone. Again, you can see that the camera controls are a little bit off there. Also, the highlight for this oil well, there was a marker here saying, hey, this is an oil area. Also, suddenly, like, 2 of these drills have disappeared. So I think it is literally a case of like 1 per area. Oh well. Get that started up. We're not using it for power, so that oil will just add to our reserve. Feed our existing power plants, because I think we're slightly overtapping with power plants before anyway. And then the rest will just go straight into munitions production. So that should see things sorted out pretty much once it gets built in. I'll just have to watch the air quality though, because an oil well is a high pollution system. So when that plugs in, it might get interesting, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? See, there should be a... Oh, I have not built near this outpost an oxygen generator. Oh, no, I have. Never mind. I was looking for the smaller ones for a moment there. Don't know why. So you need to figure out where that basic oxygen generator is, because I shouldn't have any of those anymore. Right, if you come online... And of course, this is also why high priority, because it pulls from anything medium priority, which is where most of the resource extraction is, as I said before. Because of how high our research levels are, I've actually downgraded all the research lab priorities as far as I can, by 1 step. So the big research labs are now low priority rather than medium, so they're not competing with the mines. And the basic labs, the ones that are the fallback, I've actually outright turned off at this point. Because, well... I can turn them back on if I need them, but odds are I'm not going to. And yep, air quality is absolutely fine regardless, so it didn't care that I plugged that in. Very good. And hey, there is actually a readout there. Ammunition is appearing. I think I just need to spread these guys out and actually cover everything, because I'm not entirely sure. Flashbang. Ooh. Okay, so if Billy's getting greedy and going past my UV lights, apparently I can do that to drive him away. Though notice it had a reload time as well, and it also fired off somewhat loudly, actually. Though that said, I think we should, in the name of science, we should do a test at normal speed and with a good lighting over here, so we can just see what happens, because it looked like it had opened 4 ports and then fired off. So again, flashbang please. I might have to, well, I think this will be really obvious when I'm editing this video later, the massive spike in game volume whenever that happens. I don't know what's happened with the sound balancing, but this is an in-game thing, not something that is happening on my end. That's just to be clear. This is something in the game development that's happened. Let's plug you in, I guess. I want you to cover those guys over there, so let's plug you in, I suppose, here. This should do it. Yeah, if at first light doesn't work, obviously more light is the answer. Again, the jerkiness with the camera. The game does feel like it's struggling a bit. Bit of a shame. I mentioned Tankhead is the last of the upcoming games planned right now. Nimrods was a random thing that went out very recently, as of the time of recording this one. But that's like will be a case by case. It's in the one-shot category for a reason. That one. So it's like it might appear more, it might not appear more. Also, I am having to high priority these defensive launchers because I want these things to be operational as much as possible. Admittedly, yeah, it's crude that have been taken away from things, but it's like I don't want to risk having to remember to reactivate them because I don't know if there's an automatic defense element or not involved yet. Just because I'm so new with the system, so it's something more or less untested on my end of things. See how it goes. Tankhead is, for those who haven't come across it, it's kind of like a third-person combat exploration kind of thing. External view camera, all it's tank combat, all that stuff. Tanks sound kind of meaty, especially when you've got decent weapon systems on them, from what I've seen of it. And I said I just like heavy armor in general, so that's why I'm interested. Full stop. End of the day. But I don't think I quite got it clearly across that this series would be continuing and that Factorio is also continuing. I just think I had a few issues with recording that one of late, and I've been doing ship work, which is going to be time-lapse as well, so that's by itself increased the recording time because, well, I make the ship, I tinker with the ship, there is a lot of extra stuff going on with those ships for a very short segment of video, let's be entirely honest. So that's kind of why that one is running a bit behind as well. I think this should cover everything appropriately about there. Yeah. But yeah, Factorio is coming. It's just it's ran into some other delays, which is why I pushed this one up slightly from when I was going to do it. This one was... I was going to do this one next week, I think, roughly when this one should be going out, compared to when it does. I don't know. I do try to control timing a bit, but I often struggle with finer timing. Either there's a recording problem or there's a video problem. There's actually been a problem with some recent recordings for Void Crew, which is we've also got some more of that rolling around as well. And there's just random stuff being recorded right now. So it's just like, yeah. Who said being a content creator was all fun and games? Honestly, sometimes it really, really isn't. Is that covered? That is covered. Okay, right. I need to just cover over here. Okay. Content creator is its own thing, and it deserves to be treated as such. Okay, everything's queued, everything's rolling. Torpedo defences are going up left, right, and centre. We are building up ammo supply slowly but steadily. But that said, the sudden surge in tower defences requiring pioneers, I have gone ahead with a very aggressive cloning schedule, firing up the third lab again. I just had this happen. This place seems to be struggling a bit with O2 systems. Are you thinking you're on a separate grid? You're on grid B. You're also on grid B. Grid B is apparently slightly over... That's why. Yeah, because of the surge, some places... This is also why things are on higher priority, to stop stuff like that happening. Again, it's a 3 priority system. I have to work with what I've got. Just going to make sure all of these guys are currently set for high priority. If I could set a universal, workplaces of this type are at this priority, that'd be great. But the problem is that's a quality of life feature, and so it's one that's not actually included. Now, why are you claiming? Grid B is still claiming it's being overdrawn slightly. Not sure why. The blast mines are also sitting empty. Yeah, as I said, because of the sheer number of turrets I've had to put down to cover everything, I've authorised some aggressive cloning, somewhat literally actually. I've slammed in what sequences I can into the third cloning lab, producing exclusively pioneers, but high risk mutation, 22% chance of greatly reduced lifespan, because they've got the sample Z, and they've got the toxic carcass, and they've got a bunch of other stuff just jammed in there to get the lifespan up. And also 8% chance of aggressive. Now, aggressive is the other completely negatable mutation type, if you recall. Since unstable, they die and just disappear over time. Aggressive, that can be corrected by the prison facility, but the problem is we just don't know how long it might take a clone with an indefinite lifespan to fix. But previously, like a few days has fixed the clones flat out. It's possible with a longer lifespan it might be harder to correct for. Anomaly detected. Oh boy, okay. Where's the anomaly? Oh, down that way. You are over here. Is the local tower functional? The local tower has not been built yet. Nothing to be done then, I'm afraid. Though this was a fully automated drill extractor, so no lives will be lost this time. And honestly, Billy, I'm okay with you having your way with a piece of automated machinery, because numbers are what I need right now, to be honest with you. Aha, here we go. Another anomaly coming in, and it is within range of an actually built tower. Admittedly, it's a tower that's currently suffocating, but flashbangs. Get out of here, Billy. Thank you. And that's it, yeah. So these attacks are more aggressive. But I am, as you can see, currently having a slight issue of the strain being placed on the system by all the extra towers is causing problems. I believe you're actively being repaired right now. You are resolved. But yeah, flashbang, very helpful actually. Another one that's claimed as suffocating. Oh look, we've got an aggressive clone. Right, yeah, we knew that one was going to turn up pretty soon. And I have actually got some oxygen generators queued up as well. You are not in use. You have a stabilizer, you do. I will actually tear you down for an additional molecular lab. Just because we need to ensure that food supply. Might as well put in things we're not using, and scientists in particular we don't really want that much of anymore. Yep, run an aggressive crew, that's fine. Let's see how well this goes. So, I will take the verbal, there it is. You Jack White, you are going to be thrown in here for 5 days, which is the minimum, and we'll see how that works out for you. Oh, this place isn't high priority, so I think Jack immediately got let go because there was no crew assigned. This is again why high priority. And this one should be high priority. Oh, wait, no, hang on. Why is Jack not staying in there? Oh, it's because I'm not actually triggering it. Sentence, there we go. You can see how long it's been since I have an aggressive clone. If I forgot, I have to actually sentence them to go and be imprisoned. things are working. Things are booting up a little bit. Oh, we got another aggressive. Again, just to get the numbers up. That said, though, doesn't seem to actually require a person, so yeah, it's just there's no cross mark on that one, but that's why I was looking at it. Anyway, current grid minus 22, apparently. Thing is, if it was saying that, then we should have crew suffocating, but we don't, so who knows. But that's why I've got 2 of these now going up, which will give me an extra plus 30. At least when they're working. And the clone army just marches on. Very good. The last thing I'm going to do in this episode actually is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and blow up a growth, because we do want to find out what goes on. We've got 13 warheads in stock and climbing. I saw the power grid flicker there. Okay, that's active. Oh, now we've got a suffocating. In one of the, of course, it's one of the torpedo pods. Bear in mind, by the way, I actually shut down the new oil derrick, so that is helping to stretch our oxygen supply a bit further. But it's still not great. And that's why it's a bit of an issue going on. Look, there we go, another aggressive clone. If 5 days is not enough, I might need another brig, actually, at the rate things are going. But hopefully this will do the job. Nope. More people suffocating. But that's before an oxygen generator kicked in, so we're good. Ignore the red lights, everything is fine. I need to go this way. Okay, Jack White released but injured. Is Jack White still aggressive? Jack White, sick, still has the aggressive trait. Okay, so 5 days didn't actually fix that. Right, good to know. I've worked out why we were having flickering power grids. It was because, well, that's high priority you. We're actually running out of engineers. Interesting enough, we can't assign pioneers into engineering slots, it seems like. Oh, no, we can. It's just that they are doing their own things. Okay, so 5 days doesn't seem to fix things quite right. And that means I'm going to have to start being tough on sensitives with these guys. I am looking for the damaged cloning lab. There's the damaged cloning lab. 100% on everything. That's all good to go. I will go ahead and shut you down now to release your crew. Even with all 3 samples, there's nothing actually in there at the moment. But samples X, Y, and Z have been researched. Very good. I think we're all okay for the most part. Again, I've shut down some of the torpedo defenses just to keep things operational for the most part. And I think that might be how I have to do it. I mean, how we were originally talking about doing for the UV lights to deal with their power requirement, seems like it's a good idea just flat out for the torpedo defense buildings, just to spare the grid the power and oxygen and crew requirements are keeping everything running that way. Anyway, let's go ahead over here and have a look-see. We need to destroy a growth. And to destroy a growth, there is the nearby turret I've done. Anomalous growth beacon, which will... Oh, the defensive tower actually has a sonar mode, apparently. And unsurprisingly, it's saying high. Like, massively high. And while it doesn't say it, apparently it does have a charge cycle just like the regular sonar does. But yeah, oh, this is, ouch, this is quite bad. Okay. Oh, something I'm slightly concerned about is, are these things growing? And this is what's going to happen and why it says it's going to eat us, because it actually is heading our way? I don't know. But I just wait for the sonars to finish, but there's so much stuff around here. The shotgun beacon is quite targeted. Let's go ahead and hit, I guess, just the one right now. This one? Oh! And the UV light's triggered, so I'm guessing Billy didn't like that too much. Okay, as our crew works through the corrupted terrain, the anomaly looms closer, its source nearly within reach. The research team is racing against time to finalize the virus. Need to clear the safe route to deliver it. Clear a secure path to ensure the virus can reach the heart of the anomaly. Which is... actually not too far away. But unsurprisingly, the anomaly is now attacking the tower. Yep. Flashbangs. Oh, that's an unstable. Unstable, but also still has an indefinite lifespan. Huh. Okay. Set there. It's very gloomy, this area, if you notice. So though, this is not actually provoking another attack, so... that's why I'm pushing just a little bit to see how we do. This episode I was trying for an hour, but we are... either we're within spitting distance of the end of the game, or who knows, so I will try to get this finished. Let's see. Yeah, that has cleared out a bunch of growth to allow us to try and wander closer. I think we need to go down this way, though. Are you in range for another salvo? You are in range for another salvo. I tell you, I wasn't expecting to have to do this in the game. Oh, that one actually evokes a response. Where is Billy going? Over here on a nearby one, that's fine. Okay. Flashbangs. I was making sure not to deplete my munition stock so that I could just save immediately. Go away. Oh dear. I don't know, just having well, the flashbangs are actually like, technically any explosion is a flashbang. They'll flash and they'll bang. And they'll cause all kinds of problems. But anyway, let's check our map, see where we're going. The heart of the anomaly is there. Okay, so we've got the direction. Good. What do I do when I get there? That is another question. But we've now got access to our subline. At the very least. We'll see how that goes. Another aggressive. Hey dear. Right, where's the brig? I need to start sentencing people. Actually, I think I can stop that cloning procedure. Yeah, let's stop that cloning procedure, because that was just to build numbers up. If I'm keeping the towers mostly off, I don't need that for the moment. Let's try and fix the ones I've already got. Okay, we reached the anomaly. It is some kind of stalk, it looks like. Massive growth is climbing up and up and up. So, okay, so it seems to be rooted to everything. So like an underwater tree kind of thing, it looks like. A biomass tree.
Commander, our exploration submarines can now be armed with the virus. An expedition to deliver it to the heart of the anomaly has been approved. This mission will be perilous, but it's our only chance to stop the spread of corruption. The crew knows the risks, but they also know what's at stake: our survival and the future of this facility. Now is the time to act. We've come too far to let fear hold us back. Prepare your team, deliver the virus, and put an end to this nightmare.
There are so many angles that if I'd made this game that I would have had going on with this. Not just like reach down and grab. It's like the creep through this. Like it might trying to infest the biomes. It might be crawling across the ocean floor and require localized scrubbers trying to sort that out. And I think I would have done a whole bunch to make this more aggressive than it was if I designed the game. But then again, you know, I have a pretty strong imagination. I have an interest in like the eldritch and the occult and biological and body horror and all that stuff. It's just like, you know, it's like, well, I say interest. I find such stories a curiosity. And so there are many ways I can think of that could have made this thing more interactive and or threatening and or menacing than it actually has been. But then again, just the tentacles and misshapen arms thing is pretty creepy to some people anyway, you know. And this entire mess is kind of mucked up as well. But remember, I'm a veteran of Dead Space, so that's probably, yeah, that probably tells you a bit about my tolerance to such things. Anyway, we are ready to arm with the torpedoes. Our crew, notice the director was concerned about our cloned crew when it's kind of flip-flop back and forth how we treat our cloned crew throughout this entire ordeal. But class bio, some kind of uncontrolled genetic growth, difficulty 5 stars. I will task the submarine with yeah, see, there's still a few that are outright dying, but for the most part, okay. Still oxygen generator 1. I do not know where that is. Let's pull some people out of the blast extractors. Let's send you. You've got the instability quirk, I guess. That's another aggressive right there. Problem is, most of my aggressive people came out of the infirmary.
Overseer, there's no going back from here. Are you sure you're ready?
Yeah. Launch. I've got a bit of time left to continue recording. Not much, but I've got some. Unless this is some kind of gauntlet. That's a problem, actually. If it's a gauntlet, I don't know, but the submarine is on its way. We'll have to see what happens. Actually, the only thing I'm slightly concerned about is the fact that I've only got like 15 warheads in stock, but the submarines do take a while to get there. So we're going to have to wait and see. In fact, I'm not entirely sure where the submarine is. Oh, hello. There's the submarine just crawling in down there. It's showing us a look at what we found and what we're going at. I've not explored around it very much, so the view isn't exactly great. So maybe I could have done that, just provoking a bit more, clear out some growths, get some more light around the area. But the submarine is not exactly sneaking up because, you know, we can see the light of it. But maybe that would have improved the view a little bit. The submarine's just found a gap in the side to go into, it looks like, and... Thalassophobia. What is that? I've never heard of thalassophobia.
11th, 1981. Summary of findings from the Aquarius Outpost Anomaly Investigation. After months of successful operation and notable breakthroughs in human cloning technology, Research Facility Aquarius has ceased all communication with Surface Command.
Uh-oh.
The facility is presumed lost, with no known survivors. Every method of approach, including physical expeditions and remote probes, has resulted in failure. The last expeditionary crew transmitted disturbing visuals from the site, blurry, distorted, and cut short. We are requesting approval to construct a new facility 40 kilometers from Aquarius. Abandoning this research would be a mistake.
That tells us the virus didn't really do the job. Facilities lost. Last few visuals. But more damning. Attempts to establish contact all failed. Probes and other submarines aren't getting through. So Billy's okay. Billy's alive, and Billy did not enjoy getting virus bombed like that. Bit of an unfortunate end, but yeah, apparently what was going on is too bad. Oh, notice by the way in the background here, look at this stuff falling. There's these massive stalks in the background all around this place. I'm just wondering... There doesn't seem to be any new scenarios related to this, but we're seeing them in the background doesn't looking too good. The virus, it seems, did have an effect because we're seeing sea life or debris just falling from the creature, the mass above. So I'm guessing either what we did worked and Billy has been contained and is now dying, or Billy will adapt and continue to grow. But either way, our facility was ultimately lost. And that is where the story ends. Bit of a shame that, but hey, we saved the planet, I guess. So, oh well. That leaves one last question, I suppose, which was something I was thinking of doing. I think I mentioned this a couple of times in other videos. Was maybe doing a new run on max difficulty in this game, which would be Drowning Depths mode. Crew and resources stretch thing. Embark on a mission to perfect cloning with only a skeleton task to support you. This is custom experience the game with increased difficulty. Probably the same map though, because I think there's only the one map as far as I'm aware. But we were playing on normal before, and then that's custom. We can just alter it further. But yeah. I'm not too sure how I feel about continuing given the problems we had later on in this one, but I'm willing to try hard if people want to see it. But we will end the video there. So this has been Iron Mark 3, and this has been Surviving the Abyss, a game which could have done with a bit more time in the oven, a bit more development, but unfortunately the devs had a bit of a problem on their hands, and so development had to be wrapped up under extreme pressure and with a lack of resources, so it didn't deserve the outcome it got. But it's not too bad of a game all told in its current form. So would I recommend it? Yeah. Just buy it for what's there, not what might occur, because what's there is all we can guarantee. But it is definitely a functional game as it is. this Man Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps out me, helps out the channel, giving you those virtual headbutts like oh so grave. And we'll catch you all some other time. With this game gone, what will my clone army game be? I don't think that... There's not many games that have you do that. Ah, well. We can figure something out, I suppose.